What if I told you that the version of you who has problems is actually an illusion you've been trained to maintain? Somewhere, in this very moment, there is a frequency where the struggle you are currently facing doesn't just get solved, it simply ceases to exist. You aren't stuck in a situation. You are simply tuned into a density that is too heavy for your soul to carry. Close your eyes for a second. Can you feel it? That weight in your chest, that noise in your mind? That is the frequency of the old earth. It is the vibration of survival, of lack, and of the endless how. Most people spend their entire lives trying to fix their problems from the same level of consciousness that created them. But you cannot wash off mud with more mud. You have been taught to fight, to grind, and to worry. But worry is nothing more than a prayer for what you do not want. It is a low-frequency broadcast that keeps you tethered to a reality that no longer serves you. Now imagine a radio. If you want to hear the symphony, you don't argue with the static on the news station. You simply change the dial. Shifting your frequency isn't about doing more. It's about being more. It is the moment you decide that your peace is more important than your perspective on the problem. When you elevate your vibration through gratitude, through stillness, through the radical realization that you are a fragment of the divine, the chemistry of your body changes. The problems you see from the valley look like mountains. But as you climb higher, as your frequency rises, those same mountains become pebbles. From the height of the sun, the shadows disappear. This is the secret the ancient ones knew. You don't solve problems, you outgrow them. You are a broadcast tower. If you radiate fear, you will find evidence for fear everywhere. But if you shift, if you lean into the feeling of, it is already done, the universe has no choice but to match your resonance. Stop asking how it will change. Start feeling the relief of it already being changed. Breathe in the light that you are. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your vibration. Rise so high that the shadows of yesterday can no longer reach your feet. The frequency of miracles is not a destination. It is the home you forgot you had. Step inside. The door is already open. The world you see with your eyes is not a solid wall. It is a shimmering reflection of your most quiet assumptions. You think you are looking at the world, but you are actually looking into a mirror that has been held up to your soul since the day you were born. Your problems aren't out there. They are echoes of a frequency you have forgotten how to change. There is a hidden law, ancient and absolute, that governs every breath you take. It is the law of consciousness. It states that your outer reality is nothing more than a shadow cast by your inner light. Most people spend their lives trying to move the shadow, trying to fix the stuff of life through force and struggle. But you cannot move a shadow by touching it. You must move the object that casts it. That object is your assumption. Your consciousness is the only true reality. Everything else, the money in your bank, the people in your life, the health of your body, is simply the harvest of the seeds you have planted in the garden of your mind. Think of yourself as a grand architect. You have been given the tools to build a palace, yet you have spent years living in a shack because you assumed that was all that was available to you. Spiritual wisdom has tried to tell us this for millennia. The ancient scrolls say, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Notice it doesn't say, as a man thinks in his head. Logic is the language of the world, but feeling is the language of the divine. When it was written, be it unto you according to your faith, it wasn't a religious command, it was a technical manual. Faith is not a hope. Faith is the frequency of knowing. It is the radical act of assuming that what you desire is already here, even while your senses scream that it is not. To change your life, you must learn the sacred art of divine deception. You must learn to ignore the evidence of your senses. If you see lack, you must assume abundance. If you see sickness, you must inhabit the feeling of vitality. You do this by entering the state of the wish fulfilled. Do not pray for a miracle. Pray from the miracle. Don't ask for peace. Assume the posture of one who is already at peace. When you change the I am within you, the it is around you has no choice but to transform. The universe is a perfect servant. It will always agree with the identity you choose to wear. Right now, let us anchor this vibration together. Let the digital space become a temple. If you are ready to stop fighting the shadows and start leading the light, I want you to claim it. Go to the comments right now and write this affirmation. Divine intelligence works through me to create my perfect world. Type it, feel it, and watch how the energy in this room shifts. And now, I give you the final key, the secret that turns the lead of struggle into the gold of manifestation. The most important part of this entire process happens in the last moments before you fall asleep. The subconscious mind is most open when the world goes quiet. Tonight, as you lay in your bed, do not recount the problems of the day. Instead, wrap yourself in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Don't think about how it will happen. Just capture the scent, the relief, and the gratitude of it already being done. Sleep in the assumption that you are already the person you want to be. This is the bridge between worlds. If you can feel it while you sleep, the universe will build it while you wake. You are no longer a seeker. You are the source. You are no longer a victim. You are the architect. Step into your greatness, assume your crown, and watch as the world bows to the frequency of your soul. You are the creator. It is time to create. Did you know that the world you struggle against is actually a holographic echo of a version of you that no longer exists? You are fighting ghosts in a room where you hold the only light. The truth is, your problems are not obstacles to be overcome. They are simply the static of a frequency you have already outgrown. To step beyond the struggle, you must understand the hidden law, the law of assumption. This law dictates that consciousness is the only true reality. Your outer world, your bank account, your relationships, your health is not a thing that happens to you. It is a shadow cast by your inner state. Faith is not a hope that something will happen. It is the absolute assumption that it has happened. When you change the inner assumption, the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match you. You aren't a victim of circumstances. You are the source of them. We often treat life like a movie we are watching, shouting at the screen when we don't like the plot. But you are not the audience. You are the projector. The static you feel, the worry, the lack, the fear is just a smudge on the lens of your consciousness. Philosophers and mystics have whispered this truth for ages. In the ancient texts, it is written, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Notice it says in his heart. It's about the deep, subconscious conviction, not just a passing thought. And when it says, "Be it unto you according to your faith," it is revealing that the universe is a perfect mirror. It doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you believe yourself to be. To change the reflection, you must stop looking at the mirror. If your life currently shows you lack, you must dare to assume abundance. If you see conflict, you must breathe in the assumption of peace. You transform your reality by practicing radical inner belief. This means living, moving, and breathing as if the life you desire is your current reality. You don't wait for the money to feel wealthy. You feel wealthy until the money is forced to appear. You don't wait for the love to feel chosen. You assume you are cherished until the world reflects it back to you. You are the commander of your own vibration. Right now, let us shift the collective frequency of everyone watching this. Claim your power as the creator of your world. Go to the comments right now and write this powerful affirmation. Divine intelligence works through me to create my perfect world. Type it with the conviction that it is already a fact. Let the world know you have reclaimed your throne. Now, I give you the final key, the most vital part of mastering this law. It is your mental diet. Throughout your day, observe the static, the little conversations you have with yourself in your head. Do you argue with people who aren't there? Do you rehearse your worries? This is you feeding the old reality. The technique is this. Whenever a thought of problem arises, immediately replace it with a short inner thank you. Don't analyze the problem. Simply say thank you to the divine within you as if the solution has already arrived. By saying thank you, you're assuming the state of the wish fulfilled. You are turning off the static and tuning into the symphony. If you can master your inner dialogue, you master your destiny. You are the master of consciousness. You are the architect of the invisible. Stop fighting the shadows and start assuming your greatness. The struggle is over the moment you decide it is. You are not just in the universe is in you. Rise, assume, create. It is done. There is a secret eye within you that has never known a single problem, a single fear, or a single moment of lack. You have been taught to believe you are the storm, but the truth is, you are the sky. The hidden law of the universe is that nothing can remain in your reality if you stop identifying with it as yours. This is the law of detached consciousness. It reveals that your inner belief doesn't just influence your reality, it is your reality. Your consciousness is a projector, and your life is the screen. Most people are so busy shouting at the screen that they forget they are the one holding the film. Faith is not the hope that things will change. It is the absolute assumption of a new identity. When you shift your inner I am from the victim to the observer, the outer world has no choice but to follow. You don't get what you want. You get what you assume yourself to be. Think of your life as a grand play. For years, you have been the actor, bruised and exhausted by the drama of the script. But there is another version of you, the observer. The observer sits in the quiet theater, watching the play without being harmed by the plot. Psychologically, when you say, I am struggling, you lock yourself into that vibration. But when you say, I notice a feeling of struggle, you have suddenly created a space. In that space, miracles happen. This is the philosophical core of the soul. You are the silent witness. The ocean is not the wave. The wave is just something the ocean is doing. Your problems are just something your current frequency is doing. They are not who you are. The ancient wisdom has always carried this flame. It is written, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This doesn't mean your fleeting thoughts. It means your deepest assumption of identity. If you think in your heart that you are a person with problems, the universe must provide them to keep you right. And when the great teacher said, "Be it unto you according to your faith," he was describing a spiritual mirror. Faith is the act of looking at a mountain and assuming it is already a plain. It is the inner conviction that your desired reality is more real than the one your eyes see. To change the world, you must first change the heart that observes it. Let's align our hearts right now. Let's break the cycle of the old story and assume a higher truth together. I want you to claim your role as the creator. Go to the comments right now and write this affirmation. Divine intelligence works through me to create my perfect world. Type it, and as you do, feel the weight of your problems beginning to dissolve into the light. And now I give you the final key, the most powerful technique to collapse a problem and birth a miracle. It is the third-person shift. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, stop. Close your eyes and imagine you are standing 10 feet behind yourself, watching the character you play. See him or her dealing with the situation. From this distance, the fear disappears. From this distance, you can see the solution that the character missed. In this state of the observer, ask yourself, what would the version of me who is already successful do right now? Then, simply assume that version's posture. Take their breath. Take their calm. By observing your life from the seat of the divine, you stop feeding the problem and start feeding the solution. This is how you master consciousness, by realizing you were never the character. You were always the author. You are the master of your gaze. You are the architect of your assumptions. Stop fighting the shadows on the wall and turn toward the light within. Your greatness is not a destination. It is the frequency you choose right now. Step into your power. The world is waiting for your command. It is done. The universe does not have a voice, yet it is constantly answering you. It doesn't listen to the words you pray. It listens to the vibration you carry. The hidden truth is that you are not asking for your future. You are broadcasting it. Your life is not a series of accidents. It is a perfectly tuned response to the frequency of your own soul. There is a hidden law that rules the invisible realms, the law of resonance. It dictates that consciousness is the primary substance of all things. Your assumptions and your inner faith are the dial on your spiritual radio. Most people are tuned to the station of lack and wonder why they keep hearing songs of struggle. But you must understand, the symphony is already playing. It is playing right now. To hear it, you don't need to change the music. You need to change your resonance. Faith is not hoping for a miracle. It is the inner assumption that you and the miracle are already vibrating at the same speed. Philosophically, we must realize that the world is an echo chamber. If you shout, "I am not enough," into the canyon of your life, the walls will scream it back at you until the day you die. Psychologically, your brain has a filter, the reticular activating system. It is designed to find evidence for whatever you assume to be true. If you assume the world is against you, your mind will ignore every open door and focus only on the locks. But when you shift your internal belief, you aren't just thinking positively. You are literally rewiring the mechanics of your reality. You are moving from a state of survival to a state of being. You are no longer chasing the harvest. You are becoming the soil that makes the harvest inevitable. This isn't New Age magic. It is ancient law. The scriptures have told us for eons, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Note that it does not say, "as a man thinks in his logic." The heart is your frequency. It is where your deep, subconscious assumptions live. When it is said, "Be it unto you according to your faith," it is a reminder that the universe is a mirror of your conviction. If your faith is in your problems, the universe will obey. If your faith is in your divine nature, the universe must obey that instead. You are the only one with the power to give the universe its orders. Let us align our broadcast right now. Let's tune out the static of the old world and tune into the frequency of the divine. Claim your new reality in the space below. Go to the comments and write this affirmation: "Divine intelligence works through me to create my perfect world." As you type it, feel the vibration of those words settle into your bones. You are claiming your seat at the throne of your own life. And now, I give you the final key, the single most important technique to shift your resonance instantly. It is called pre-emptive presence. Most people wait for the evidence to feel the emotion. They wait for the money to feel secure. They wait for the love to feel worthy. To master the law of resonance, you must reverse this. You must find the feeling of the wish fulfilled before the world shows it to you. Close your eyes for 10 seconds every hour. Do not think about the thing you want. Instead, ask yourself, how would I breathe if my problem was already gone? Then, take that breath. How would your shoulders feel? How would your heart beat? Capture that physical sensation of relief. That relief is the frequency of the miracle. When you hold the feeling of relief, the problem cannot exist in the same space as you. You have out-vibrated the struggle. You are the master of the broadcast. You are the architect of the invisible. Stop being a victim of what you see, and start being the creator of what you feel. Assume your greatness, step into your light, and watch as the world reshapes itself to match the glory of your soul. You are the source. It is already done. There is a shortcut in the fabric of time that allows you to bypass years of struggle in a single breath. Most people wait for the sun to rise before they give thanks, but the masters of reality know how to thank the dawn while it is still pitch black. This is the hidden law of preemptive gratitude, the bridge between the invisible dream and the visible fact. This law reveals a truth the world has hidden from you. Consciousness is the only cause, and your life is the effect. When you say, "I want," you are broadcasting a frequency of lack, and the universe, like a perfect mirror, will reflect that lack back to you forever. But when you move into the state of gratitude, you are assuming the reality of the thing you desire. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. It is the spiritual signal that the transaction is already complete. You aren't asking for a miracle. You are acknowledging that the miracle has already been woven into the tapestry of your existence. Think of gratitude not as a thank you for what happened yesterday, but as a claim on what is happening now in the unseen. Psychologically, your brain cannot distinguish between a deeply felt emotion and a physical reality. When you inhabit the feeling of thankfulness, your nervous system shifts out of survival mode and into the frequency of creation. Philosophically, we must understand that time is not a line but a vast ocean. Everything you could ever want already exists in the depths of this moment. You don't get what you want, you tune into it. Gratitude is the dial that clears the static and lets the music of your higher life play through. It is the shortcut that collapses the distance between your current situation and your ultimate destination. The ancient masters spoke of this in whispers. It was written, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Note the location, the heart. The heart is the center of your electromagnetic field. It is where your assumptions become law. And when the promise was given, "Be it unto you according to your faith," it was a reminder that the universe has no choice but to match your inner conviction. Faith is not hoping something might change. Faith is giving thanks for the harvest while the seeds are still underground. It is the inner belief that creates the outer reality. Let us activate this shortcut right now. Let's change the atmosphere of your life in this very moment. If you are ready to stop chasing and start receiving, I want you to anchor this truth. Go to the comments right now and write this affirmation: "Divine intelligence works through me to create my perfect world." Feel the power of those words as you type them. They are a contract with the divine. And now I give you the final key, the most powerful technique to collapse time and move into the frequency of the wish fulfilled. It is called the "I remember when" technique. Whenever you are faced with a problem or a lack, do not fight it. Instead, close your eyes and speak to yourself from a future where the problem is already solved. Say to yourself, "I remember when this situation was so difficult. I remember when I used to worry about this." By saying "I remember when," you are forcing your consciousness to view the current problem as a past memory. You are assuming the state of the person who has already moved past it. In that moment, your frequency shifts. You are no longer the person with the problem. You are the person who overcome it. This simple shift in assumption reshapes your reality faster than any physical effort ever could. You are the master of your consciousness. You are the architect of your destiny. The struggle ends the moment you decide to live from the end. Walk in the assumption of your greatness. Wear your gratitude like a crown, and watch as the world bows to the light within you. You are the creator. It is done. And so it is. The most guarded secret of the masters is this: you were never meant to solve your problems. You were meant to outgrow them. There is a height of consciousness where the struggles of your past simply cannot breathe. You don't defeat the darkness. You turn on the light, and the darkness is revealed to have been an illusion all along. This is the law of assumption, the supreme spiritual law that dictates your existence. It reveals that your consciousness is the only reality, and your outer world is merely a delayed shadow. Assumption is the bridge between the human and the divine. When you assume a new inner belief, you are using the very power that created the stars. Faith isn't a hope that things will get better. It is the unwavering conviction that they are already perfect. To change your life, you must stop being a seeker of solutions and start being the creator of states. Imagine you are standing at the base of a mountain. The rocks are sharp, the path is steep, and the peak is hidden in fog. From here, the mountain is your problem. But now, imagine you are the sun, looking down from the center of the solar system. From that height, the mountain is a tiny pebble, barely visible. Philosophically, we must realize that a problem only has power because of the level of consciousness we use to view it. Psychologically, when you dwell in a struggle, you are feeding it your life force. You are keeping the mountain alive by your attention. But the moment you shift your "I am," The moment you assume the identity of the one who has already won, the mountain begins to dissolve. You are no longer fighting for peace, you are fighting from peace. The ancient wisdom of the ages is clear on this path. It was written, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This is not a suggestion, it is a mathematical certainty of the soul. Your heart is your subconscious assumption, the deep, quiet yes you give to your reality. And when it was said, "Be it unto you according to your faith," it was an invitation to claim your power. Faith is the act of looking at a desert and seeing a garden. It is the inner belief that reshapes the outer world. You do not wait for the world to change so you can believe. You believe, and the world is forced to change. Right now, in this moment of stillness, let us finalize the shift. Let us claim the identity of the Master. Go to the comments right now and write this powerful affirmation. Divine intelligence works through me to create my perfect world. Type it with the authority of someone who knows their word is law. Let the world feel the ripple of your new frequency. And now I give you the final key, the most important technique in the architecture of the soul. It is called the inner circle adjustment. Every night before you sleep, imagine a conversation between the two people you trust most. In your mind's eye, hear them talking about you. Hear them expressing their amazement at how beautifully your problem was resolved. Hear them say, "I can't believe how lucky they are," or "I've never seen them so happy and at peace." By eavesdropping on this imaginary conversation, you are bypassing your ego's resistance. You are impressing the fact of your success onto your subconscious mind. You aren't trying to believe it. You are hearing it as a finished truth from others. This is the ultimate shortcut. When you fall asleep in the echo of their praise, you wake up in a world that has no choice but to provide the evidence. You have moved the dial. You have become the sky. You are the master of consciousness. You are the architect of your reality. There are no problems too big for the soul that knows its own divinity. Rise to the frequency where miracles are the norm. Assume your greatness. Step into the light. It is done. Like, subscribe to Scovel Spirit Daily, and share your thoughts in the comments. May your frequency always be high and your heart always be at peace.